Yikes.
I love is when women decide that something is no longer serving them and they get the fuck up out of it. Like, this is no longer meant for me. Got a blast. I love that. Like, I love when women choose themselves, put themselves first. Like, I love that. Girl, look at you. Realizing who the fuck you are and realizing, I'm not going to deal with this any longer. I need to get up out of this. I need to do what's best for me. And you did that shit. And that's why you a boss ass bitch, because you did that shit. You did that shit. Never forget that you did that shit.
Welcome back to another episode of the Do Not Resuscitate podcast, where we are pulling the plug on things that no longer serve us. We hope that you all are enjoying your week, your weekend, or whatever it may be when you hear. And we also hope that you hear something to make you want to come back and hang out with us. Let's jump into these introductions.
Hey y'all, it's Denise, the D and DNR, and your favorite runway model, international runway model.
Make sure you say that. Hey everybody, it's Nicole, the N in DNR.
Hey y'all, it's Ruthia, and your girl is fucking sick, okay? I look like one of those kids off of Atkinson with the saggy parent choice diaper. Please send a prayer up for me. Definitely. What y'all been doing? How y'all been feeling?
Good. Life is good. I had a good weekend. Went out to eat with family on Saturday, and Sunday had a family cookout, backyard cookout. So it was great. It was a good weekend.
I just came back from Mississippi, so I was there this weekend. I went to see one of my really good friends and hung out with her. I hadn't seen her in a couple years, so it was good.
You was down there playing in dirt?
Right. I got back at 6:00 this morning because I drove, so I'm very sleepy right now.
You drove from Mississippi?
Yeah, it's just like 25 miles south of Memphis. So.
Oh, that's not far at all. Jeez, how many days did it take you? The hell?
I mean, it's only a 9-hour drive. It ain't bad.
Only.
Yeah, all right. Well, life's been, decent. I'm learning to speak abundance over myself so that the BS that is coming to attack me, I'm not, allowing it to. But I'm still sick, and I feel sick. I look sick. But also I just wanted to, before we even get started, because this was super, super heavy on my heart. There was a young lady by the name of Jennifer that was murdered. I think it was last week. I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday. But just send up a prayer for her family. She has small children. As you know, the school year is just getting started, and I don't think any children should have to go through life without their parents.
Right.
So just want to be able to send love and positive vibrations to them as well.
Yeah, that's sad.
I'd like to send a shout out to Rothia for remaining at home and not bringing cooties here to the studio. Thank you.
Listen, I definitely was going to come, but I was going to ask to sit off to the side because I started feeling the first time I had COVID, I started feeling the symptoms inside the studio one day. And everybody on the live kept asking, like, is it cold in there? Do you got the air on? I had on a hoodie and a coat, and it was not cold outside.
I haven't had COVID.
I think I had it twice. But you didn't do your intro.
Oh, I am the T in the DNR.
How you the T at DNR? You ain't say DNRT.
It's silent.
But you never are.
It's silent, and I have vibranium in my blood, so I don't get COVID because I found out because I'm O negative, the rarest blood type. They are least likely to actually contract the COVID. Right? I didn't learn that. I learned that like recently when I gave blood because I didn't. I was wondering why I kept getting these phone calls. Like, why do they keep calling me? Like, the blood center call me all the time. I never knew, and then I found out a lot of people don't know their blood type. I didn't know my blood type. I didn't really know. And they want my blood. So, but they'll only be giving like $20 gift cards and stuff like that. I want them to give me a little bit more. Right. I'll be holding out.
With me.
Right. Y'all want $20. You want my blood?
Right. Y'all got to do a little something.
I don't want a Jimmy John's. I want something more than a Jimmy John's. I like Jimmy John's.
I've had COVID, I've had RSV and pneumonia. So my immune system is very fucking childish.
Yeah, we're gonna have to grow it up.
Right?
Something.
We don't need that.
So when did you notice your symptoms?
Well, last night I noticed the chills and the sweats. And I was like, yeah, this isn't okay, but I don't care about white people, so I'm going to work because I need my holiday pay.
Period. Okay.
They little dirty ass is the one who brought it.
Listen, I put my mask on and that's all I had, and I barely did any fucking work. And they don't know it, but I'm calling in tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you should. With the way you sound, you should definitely call in.
Well, I got my Miss Seeley fingers up saying, till you do right by me, you gonna stay sick. You gonna remain sick till you do right by me.
Damn, I'm gonna stay like this. That's fucking rough, man.
Now you got chronic COVID. COVID for life.
Right.
Okay, what's the name of that again?
Life After Breakup.
Okay, thank you. Y'all keep talking. I'm just gotta change this.
Right, but it's we're doing a 3-part series.
This is part
one. Wait, what?
This is Life After Breakups, romantic relationships.
I don't be romantic with anybody. I be faking like a motherfucker.
Well, okay, fake romantic relationship, however you want to call it. So.
And then let me change the title. Huh? Oh, I can't change the title on Facebook. Okay.
That's all right.
They'll be all right.
I will.
As long as they open their ears, they'll be fine. So which one do you have us want to intro the topic?
I guess apparently I just got popped. So I guess I'm doing it and shit.
Better you than me.
Okay, y'all. So our topic today is life after a breakup, and this is part 1 in a 3-part series. We're talking about romantic relationship breakups.
Basically, with people you be having sex with.
You bumping uglies with.
My shit ain't ugly.
Being nasty.
Did you hear her?
I heard her.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God. It's still gonna be one of these episodes.
No comment.
Right.
I said no comment.
The T and DNRT said no comment.
The silent T.
Oh, okay.
Silent T. We sorry. The silent T and DNRT.
Whatever. So what made y'all want to use this topic in particular for today's episode?
Well, I'll put my
of the 3 of us.
Yeah,
have recently gone through a breakup. I mean, I think at some point we've all gone through a breakup, but some of us more recently than others. So just figured like this would be kind of a good topic to touch on. Just, you know, like how did you grow from said breakup? Or let's start with who initiated said breakup.
I was dumped. I want to tell my story.
It's time to tell your story, girl.
Tell your story then.
Go on, tell your story. Then I'll tell my story.
I ain't really had one, but I was dumped. And then he tried to spin the fucking block because he realized who the fuck I was. You feel me?
Okay. Look at you realizing who the fuck you is. Look at him realizing who the fuck you are. Okay.
And I was like, give me the ice cream, but keep on about your business, bro. I think.
How did you handle that? Like, first of all, how did that feel when you about to spin the block? Like, what was your first thoughts, your first reaction?
Wait, I can hear music. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah, I'm trying to put sad music behind your story, but
Some violins. What is
Tommy
I
just
don't.
be
I don't think it was sad. I think, for me, the breakup was. I think my emotions came more from why we were breaking up versus just being broken up. Because I am going through the healing process and I am going through therapy. So I really was able to look at it for what it was. So my initial reaction when I heard it, um, immediately it was, why is something that has been traumatizing me for so long that I'm trying to heal past? I'm like actively working to heal past is still controlling my life. So I think I was more upset that the trauma was still controlling, even though I had worked so hard to get past it. Um, but shout out to my therapist. She was like, "Girl, it's gonna be hot outside.
for real?
right.
Take your finance outside and live."
The niggas is outside.
Some of them need to take their ass back in the house, but
Oh,
you know.
for sure.
And cover their face. For
Yeah.
real.
Tommy, you gonna let us see this screen, or we just gonna look at Tone Deaf, the
Oh,
logo
I'm
for
sorry.
indefinitely?
here y'all go.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
I apologize.
You're all right. So mine is very recent. It's only been a couple weeks. And I feel like I'm not devastated like by any means.
Okay,
Like,
so did you see it coming?
I did it.
Is that why you're not
Well, okay.
devastated? Because
So,
you saw it coming?
I'm gonna say yes and no.
Okay.
Because he was starting to irritate me and he was starting to get on my nerves. And I was just like, okay, he gonna make me like, run off from him in a minute. But like I'm just gonna tell the story. So for me, the final straw was he has some stomach problems, some severe stomach problems. They're trying to figure out what it is. So I was there, and I went to see him Sunday. It was a Sunday, and I stayed over and I went to work on Monday. And he wasn't feeling well when I left. So then on Monday, he calls me and he was like, I really don't feel good. Can you come back?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right. So I go after work. I see about him, whatever. So I get up, I go to work on Tuesday. He's still not feeling good. Well, Wednesday, it gets progressively worse.
Mm-hmm.
So again, he was like, could you please come back? So I go back again Wednesday night, end up having to go to the ER. And now we at the ER till 3:30 in the morning. Now remember, I have to drive from Chicago back home, go to work.
Yeah.
So on the way from the ER at 3:30 in the morning, I missed the turn. Like I'm not from Chicago, and I was tired, and I had the directions on, but I still missed the turn because I'm human.
Yeah.
Well, I'm tired. You know that I went to work this morning. I drove to Chicago after work. I've been at the ER with you. You got some medicine. I didn't get no medicine. I was awake. You were sleeping.
Yeah.
So you were able to rest. Plus, you had been in the bed all day,
right?
Because you were so sick.
Yeah.
And then he said something like crazy to me about me missing the turn. And at that was like, hold up. I'm like, I'm tired. Like you expect that grace is extended to you. But you're not extending no grace to me. And you talking crazy to me. And I did all this stuff. And I'm
helping you. I'm here.
Trying to help you. I'm not, like I'm being there for you.
Fuck that nigga.
Straight up. So so that that kind of made me mad. So then when we get to in front of the house and now I'm parked again, I'm tired as hell. And I didn't think I could fit in this spot. And I'm a really good parallel parker, so that's what really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And then he was like, a Buick could fit in there.
Okay, well, you get your sick ass out and park the
That's what I
car.
You park it then. So at that point, I just went off. And then I was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like, you're not going to be talking to me like that. Like, I have extended myself probably more than I should have. Like, no, we're not going to do that. So we get into an argument. We're not talking. So we go in the house. I get up in the morning, get ready to go, leave to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I also remind him, though, that regardless, on the weekend, I had 2 events in Chicago on Saturday, and then I had something else on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm come Saturday, go to my events, and then I'm going to come over Saturday night so that I don't have to drive back and forth, because I already drove 3 times this week to Chicago.
Yeah.
So, fine. So Saturday morning come, I'm getting ready to go to my event, and I'm like, hey, I'm about to leave out. I got, from this time to this time, and I'll be there at whatever time. He didn't answer. So then I called him. He don't answer. Then he texts me. That burns me up. Right. Don't text me and I called you.
I don't like that either. I feel like that's real. I think
it's disrespectful.
That's annoying and disrespectful, because if I called you, then I expect a call back.
Right. Don't text me right back. Why you didn't answer when I called?
Right.
So
was he not busy?
Huh?
Was he busy?
No, he wasn't. I'm sure he wasn't, but he gonna text me and say, oh, I'm not home. I'm not gonna be home. I'm going to a concert.
But you was just so sick.
I thought it was dead.
That's what I'm saying. This is my whole point.
You was just so sick.
So
now all of a sudden you going to a concert?
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I'm furious, right? So I end up driving back home, and then at like 4 a.m, I'm getting a FaceTime.
Don't talk to me now.
And it's him. And he told me, so where are you at? Let's focus on where I'm not at.
Right.
So then that happened. So then the same thing happened again on Sunday.
So this 2 days in a row.
Right.
And I've driven to Chicago 3 times to deal with your sick ass. Stayed
Correct.
in the ER all fucking night.
Correct.
Knowing that I had to go to work the next day.
Correct.
Which is 2 hours away from
Correct. So then on Monday, I haven't talked to him. Then on Monday, like normally, I'm going to get a good morning text. I don't get nothing. Nothing all day. Then I don't get nothing on Tuesday. I don't get nothing on Wednesday. I don't get nothing on Thursday. So Thursday, I text him and I said,
at this point, it's a no call, no show. Right.
On Thursday, I text him and I said, quit fucking playing with me. That was my text. Right. So then at that point, he was like, I don't think this is going to work. And I said, okay. Right. Just like I just said, okay. Like I didn't go into like, well, why not? Or
are you sure? Let's try again. Let's talk about it.
I just said, okay. That's all I said. So then it turned in, because you were doing it. And I texted back and I said, you on some bullshit right now, because I didn't do a damn thing to you. And you trying to flip this and you trying to project your shit onto me when I did nothing to you, but be there for you, support you. And when I asked you, I needed a little bit of support by being able to stay there so I can go and do all the different things I had going on. And you wasn't there for me. That's the problem for me.
Absolutely.
But you don't get to try to flip it on me. So then it turns into all of this whole long ass, drawn out ass text or whatever. And at the end of it, I said, okay, I wish you the best, but could you take my stuff to your mom's house so I can pick it up?
Period. Okay.
I don't, whatever. And then he gonna say, well, you don't have anything over here. And what little you did, I threw it away. I said, so you gonna take my shit and throw it away?
Not you threw my shit.
Damn.
He ain't threw a damn thing away. But regardless, like why would you say that?
Why would
because so that? What it really
why
was
did the thought even cross your mind? That's disrespectful.
Silly. But you're mad at me because you knew I was mad at you. Where they do that at?
Are you 2 or 3?
In the male species.
Okay, fine.
Listen, okay.
We
XY chromosome havers.
We be doing that.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So now accountability. So then so the last time I talked, I talked to him. The last time we had like a text conversation was last week Thursday. So now we're talking about at this point almost 2 full weeks of like we haven't spoken on the phone or had any type of communication, which is fine, But that's when I realized how much I've grown, how much I've matured, because I know for sure the old me, I would have been in his house acting a whole fool. Or I would have been texting him something crazy, or I would have been calling, or I would have been whatever it was. But I just was like, you know what? Okay, I said, because in my brain, I'm like, if he can't see my value, it is not my responsibility to try
show
to
you
make
and,
him
right.
see. If he can't see that, that's a him problem. That's not a me
Especially
problem.
because this is not the first rodeo with you
exactly
helping him with whatever he got going on.
Right. Like with his sickness or,
right.
Whatever. And so I just was like,
can I respond to the reciprocated male anger?
Yeah. Yes.
Sometimes this is speaking for me. I'm not going to speak for all males, but when I do it, it's because I have not received adequate enough information to understand why you're upset. So it is actually making me upset. Like, I don't even understand why you're mad. I know you got an attitude. You don't want to talk about it, but I did something, but you won't talk about it. And then you won't tell me what else it is if it's not me. And that starts.
Did you ask?
Absolutely.
Well, he knew what I was mad about. I was mad at the way he was talking to me. And I said, I talk with you with respect. I treat you with respect. You know what I mean? I'm supportive of you. I just asked for a little bit. Like, I'm pretty self-sufficient. You know what I mean? I don't ask a lot. Like, I'm like, dude, I'm tired of driving because I done drove 3 times. I just was asking, like, hey, any other time it wouldn't be no problem. It would have been, hey, I'm gone, but my mom is home and can you just hang with her for a little bit until I get there?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I left the key with my mom. So when you get there, just go get the key from her and then I'll be back later. You get what I'm saying? So why?
There were several different ways that could have been handled. And he just chose to say, I'm not going to be at home.
Because he knew that I was upset about the way he was speaking to me. And I told him what it really is like, you just didn't want to be accountable for your behavior. And you got mad because I told you about your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That's unacceptable because I don't do those things to you, so it's like we in a whole relationship. This is not just, we messing around. Like, you was my man.
Right.
So I felt like, we supposed to be working together, and I feel like he doesn't understand about working together. So Tommy, I have this question for you because I do not get it. I still don't get it like in general at my big age. Why do some men, because we obviously can't say all men, think that they have to go off and do things on their own? What is that thought process?
Things like
I mean, through my life, I've heard men say, well, I got to work on me. I got to do this by myself. Why? We all need some sort of help in some sort of way.
Because there is a stigma that if a woman is helping you through something like that, whatever your decision is, it's been stemmed from, or it's been, what do you call it when you influenced? It's been influenced by the woman, where it's not really your decision. Like, whatever decision comes up, you want to come up with a decision on your own, not with the influence of somebody else. That's my reason. And I don't I need to do this by myself. I'll just go off by myself. Like, let me think this through real quick. Cause I don't want you to be like talking to me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Cause then you feel like a sucker because you gave in because she's the one who influenced you to be like that. And then you guys or whoever, like, oh, you just doing that cause old girl did that.
But see, that's said that. The thing. That's one thing that I know that is different about me. Like, I don't try to put my opinion on him. I'm like, I'm here. If you want to talk about it, whatever. But I won't pry. You get what I'm saying? I'll be like, work through it, but I'm here. But you don't have to work through something and shut me out. Like, why do I have to be shut out? However, in the meantime, your little ugly friends is coming over, but I'm the one shut out. I don't. So it's like you could kick me with your guys
because they're not holding him accountable,
and that's it.
Oh, if I shut you out, I'm shutting everybody out. Like, I'm shut down. My guys, like, what? You on your old disappearing act shit, huh? Right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't understand that. But his
friends ain't gonna tell him like, "Hey, nigga, you fucked up, right?"
Because they raggedy.
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean? Because they don't have it together, and some of it I was starting to feel like they were the outside influence sometimes, because we didn't have certain type of problems, but then when his friends started having problems, and I noticed that they became our problems. And I was like, we don't have those problems. Like, we really don't.
Yeah.
So why is immature. It now? Huh?
That's immature.
Exactly. And that's what I told him. I was just like, yes, we understand there is an age difference. I said, but if you gonna like older women, then you got to level up. And that's what I told him. You have to level up. You think that because you have, you know, a place, you have things, you have a 401k, you have that, but it's some other stuff that you have to work on. You got to work on your
maturity,
your emotional maturity.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, but you can't go around and say like that's your preference, but you ain't even on the level.
Ooh, that's a word.
You know what I mean? You got to level up, and that's what I told him. You have to level up, bro, because you ain't acting right.
Do you feel like you were enabling him, and that's why he got comfortable doing certain things?
I mean, what would I be enabling doing? I mean, I live here the majority of the time. You know, so that wasn't like a regular occurrence. It was like, you know, every once in a while, like if he got sick or whatever, but it wasn't every time. So I don't know. I don't know how I could be enabling him. And yeah, maybe he did get comfortable, but you know, I feel like in a relationship, we should be able to depend on each other.
And in some cases, some enabling takes place and you don't realize it's taking place because it's what you do.
Right.
And it's just a natural thing. And you don't realize it until you were with somebody else. I'm like, dang, you don't do that. you don't have like my lunch made for me when I wake up, that kind of shit. I mean, I don't know if you're doing that or something like that, but I'm just saying stuff like that. That's just naturally that a person does. You miss it when it's gone, but it's definitely a spoiled.
Right.
He definitely probably was spoiled based off of me knowing how you are, based off of you inadvertently spoiled somebody who didn't realize
right
he was being spoiled.
Right. So, but I just like, as I was dealing with it, I was like, I'm the shit. That's all I kept thinking was like, I'm the shit. Like, if you can't see that, that's on you. However, I also came to the realization that he has the right to make his choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But you know how sometimes when in a relationship, you be like, how you think you're gonna do it?
Yeah.
He has every right to make that choice.
And just like if the shoe was on the other foot,
exactly,
you have your right to make that decision. That was your choice.
Exactly. So I'm not mad at him. I'm not like, I don't feel bitter. I'm not like walking around crying, but I also found this, and I probably should have shared it to y'all, but I also listened to this one lady on TikTok, of course, and she was talking about like when you're in a relationship, it's like a system, right? And in the system is energies are going back and forth. And so she was talking about how women sometimes at a breakup, we feel super sad. Meanwhile, look like they happy because we taking on all of that sadness, all of that energy. She was like, give it back to them. Choose joy. Quit choosing the sadness. And so I feel like that's what I've been doing. Like I've been deliberately like choosing joy. And I get up happy, and I'm like,
that's because and how I've seen just things floating around social media in general. Like, you know, the breakup initially, the women are all sad and upset and down on themselves, while, like you said, it looks like the men are happy and enjoying themselves and living their life. And
no, we both were sad.
Weeks through a month or so later, like you said, the energy switches.
Because now she happy,
the woman is out
feeling that sadness.
The woman is out enjoying herself, living her life. She found out who the fuck she was.
I was miserable.
But let me say,
how long did it take you, Tommy, to like come to the realization, like, okay, I can't stay in this space forever?
I can't even tell you. It was a long time. It was
a long time.
I'm like, your long time may be different from our long time. A couple of months, a full year.
It was probably close. It was probably close to about 8 months. It was a long time.
Now, was this with a girlfriend or your ex-wife?
A girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to go back and say, I'm not saying that I don't miss him, or I don't have moments where I'm sad about it. Of course I do.
Yeah, but you're just deliberately choosing joy every day.
But I'm also not trying to ignore it, because what I learned, like with me, as I'm dealing with something, I allow myself to feel what I want to feel. But I'm not going to stay in that pity party. Like, I'm not going to stay in that place. I'm going to keep on moving. So, you know, I'm not moping around. I'm not like laying in the bed trying to sleep longer, whatever. I'm like, I'm getting up and keep it moving. But that's how I was anyway. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
I keep it moving, no matter what. Do I know how he feel? I absolutely don't. And I have not tried to reach out either, and not
Right.
and ain't.
Because, right. And ain't.
And ain't.
And
but,
won't.
However, in the meantime, his mom did reach out to me, but I know he don't share stuff with her. So I don't think she had any clue. She was calling me about something totally unrelated. I didn't speak with her about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not her business.
She brought him up, but we just, it was like a casual conversation, but it wasn't like, what's going on with y'all? But because she don't ask us stuff like that.
Right.
So I didn't get into it with her about it, because I also didn't want it to appear manipulative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now I'm talking to your mama. That's manipulative.
Right.
That can be. Even though she called me, I didn't call her.
Right.
But it still
But it
can
be. If you mention it to her and then she go back to mention it to
Right.
him, and he like, damn, what you do? You told my mama on me? Like,
right. So now it looks manipulative. That's
That's my message right there.
What?
Oh,
What's your message?
fuck, dude.
Yeah. Like, for real. He don't even
Hashtag
fuck, dude.
like, he don't even have a clue.
And just, fuck dude goes with anybody. It could be a woman, it could be a dude, it could be a girl, it could be a situation, it could be
absolutely
business. Fuck dude.
Right.
But I feel like
it could be Rithia.
I feel like I'm in a good
The
place.
beast hit the button.
What's the button?
Which button?
Boy, fuck you.
Girl, fuck you. Girl, fuck you.
That's all we got is girl.
That's even worse.
Right.
Oh, well.
I feel good because I remember past breakups where I would be moping around and I would be sad and I would be crying and one thing, I'm gonna tell you something, I ain't gonna miss no meal. So,
okay. Listen, okay.
Something. But
I might be crying eating this chicken sandwich, but
or trying to sleep it away or whatever. But I just feel like, no, I just get up every day and I make it intentional. And then I also made the decision. I told my friend this, I'm gonna date multiple men. And I'm gonna tell them no. I'm not gonna try to be lying, whatever. I'm gonna be like, I'm dating multiple men. You better get in where you fit in, bro. Because that's where I'm
come in a rotation or don't.
But I'm just gonna be very honest with it. And I think that maybe that was some of my problem. Like, maybe I gave him too much. I put all of my eggs in one basket right away.
People tend to do that when they find someone that they really like and
because we did buy real good, real hard.
I remember. So it wasn't. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either way. Whether you choose to date multiple people or whether you choose to put all your eggs in one basket, that's just how you as an individual operate.
Yeah. So,
Tommy, are you like a serial dater or are you a all-in kind of guy?
I try to be an all-in kind of guy. The serial dating actually implies that I'm not quite comfortable in the situation that I'm in, so I'm trying to pick and choose where I'm going to be, and it gets exhausting a little bit.
Okay.
I don't really care for it.
Okay.
So I zero in. So.
But how
you start?
How soon do you
turn her mic off?
How soon do you zero in, or are you just once you find someone, then you just kind of let the others fall by the wayside, or how does that work exactly?
Y'all think Tommy got options?
Tommy got options.
I ain't got no options.
Right in this moment. You don't know you got options.
The zero in happens when I am. That's a good question. I don't know when it happens.
It just kind of happened.
A couple times it happened. A couple times it's happened is because you just had a gut feeling. It was just that's what it was. The breakup happened. The one I broke up with was me zeroing in like, hey, I've been trying to talk to her for a couple of years and my focus was on her. So I did let everybody off.
Okay.
I let everybody go and said, this is where I'm focusing on.
Ruthie, are you a serial dater or are you just an all-in?
Well, if we go back to Tommy's original dating chart, if I'm talking, I'm serial talking. I don't date. I only date one person. Like I'm gonna date somebody seriously because I see a relationship, but I'm also very upfront and honest. When I am, because typically people pursue me, and that's not to be like, you know, I'm this type of person, whatever. But in my previous situation, he pursued me. He pursued me extremely hard right away. And I think because he did that, even though I said I had some resistance towards it at first, I think that's why on his end it was falling apart. But I also think on my end, the reason why I was resistant is because there was so many triggers. So I think we just viewed the relationship differently. So I'm viewing it as this is how I'm supposed to heal and get past this next stage of my healing. And he looked at it as this is my wife. And I wasn't there yet. But I think the breakup was hard for both of us because we became such good friends.
Right.
And he was the person comforting me, even though he was the one that broke my heart. I mean, literally got me some food, sat in front of my house and talked to me until I opened up the door. He came in and gave me the food and just let me, and like literally hugged me while I broke down crying. So I think that was the hardest part because he was my biggest supporter in the whole situation.
Even though he was the cause and the cure.
Yeah, and I think the fact that I broke down so hard is why he tried to be like, no, I didn't really mean it like that, because he didn't want to see me hurt. His thing wasn't to hurt me, and I understood that.
Right.
So,
It wasn't intentional. It was just kind of how it happened.
yeah. But once he spent the block and the ice cream was melted when he pulled up, I was like, bruh, I'm gonna eat it, but you forced it.
Hey,
So did you?
bruh.
So how did the ice cream heal you from your breakup?
No, therapy did.
Oh, okay.
How are y'all gonna be? I'm gonna marry you. And then I'm saying I'm gonna, you know, fuck dude.
I don't think that. So his thing was I had a lot of more healing to do. I think
we should call this episode "Fuck Dude."
I think that he also needed to heal or go to some type of therapy in order to know how to deal with a woman that has been traumatized sexually.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I understand that is a hard thing, and I understand that. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I understand that that's a hard thing to deal with, and I know it's not for everybody. But I was very upfront. I was very clear. This is what my situation is. I am going through therapy, and your ass is a fucking trigger. For multiple reasons.
Yeah, definitely. But I think too, like a lot of people really do need to take that time to work on their healing. You know what I mean? From none of us are going to be perfect. You know, we get that, but you still have to do the work, whether it's from, you know, father issues, mama issues, whatever, past relationship issues, whatever it is, like you still have to take the time, you know, to do the work. And I feel like some of his issues where he has definitely mom issues, but he don't want to admit it.
Okay.
And he said to me, I remember on 2 separate occasions, if my own mama can't love me, how could I believe you can?
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, you need to go see somebody about that, because that's a major problem.
Right.
That's a hella statement.
Yeah. And I was just like, you know, like, I'm not her. Honestly, that's your mom. She birthed you, but you know, that's your mom. That's you know what I'm saying, a mother-son relationship. We have a, you know, a different relationship. We have a romantic relationship, but I felt like he just couldn't really get past it. So then I felt like he was starting to also like sabotage us.
So
because
he was intentionally sabotaging the relationship because did he feel like y'all was getting too close?
I think so. Also, I saw this on social media where somebody was saying, I can't remember exactly how it went, but sometimes people self-sabotage because that makes them have control.
Yeah.
Because then they control the what am I trying to say? They control the outcome.
Yeah.
And then they say, see, I told you it was going to happen, but you did it. It's like kind of sort of like self-fulfilling prophecy. Somebody keep telling you ain't shit. Eventually you begin to, believe that. And so, it's kind of similar, the same thing. So I think that now he can say, see, I told you it wasn't going to work. You didn't really love me. You didn't whatever, but it was just like, no, you jacked it up.
It would have worked if you let me love you.
Right.
But instead, like you said, you self-sabotage the relationship because you wanted to control the narrative, control the outcome, can be
so that you can sit up and say,
so.
I told you so.
Right.
But it really didn't have to be that way.
I bet any money that he's somewhere waiting for you to say something so he can say, you didn't even care. You just said whatever. Okay.
Well, he ain't never.
That's the narrative he can actually roll with. You broke up with him.
That's what. No, he broke up with me.
I know, but because you didn't care, you didn't fight for it. Because I got that. I got that spin on me. You didn't fight for it.
He didn't fight either. And
that's because he initiated and he expected you to say more than okay. He expected you to, like you said, you didn't do all of the why would happen. Let's talk about it. Are you sure? You didn't do any of that. And that's probably what he expected. So like Tommy said, you didn't fight for it. So you never really cared in the first place.
If Goldilocks don't get the fuck out of here, that's what it's giving. He's giving Goldilocks energy.
Right.
One thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to fight for it. Because if you come to me and tell me all the things that's wrong that you don't like about it, your mind made up. What am I going to do?
But
what am I going to fight for?
That incident that happened, me being mad and now you mad because I'm mad, that is what broke us up. Like, to me, that is so petty and so stupid because relationships they
go through ups and downs.
They got way bigger problems in it. And that to me, like, we're gonna have disagreements. We don't have the same brain. We don't have the same upbringing. Yeah. We're two totally different people. So why would you think that, you know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes he would think that I had to agree with everything he said. And I had to explain to him, like, just because I don't agree with you does not mean I'm against you.
Yeah. We just have different opinions.
I believe is different and we have different opinions. And I had to explain to him, like, I'm not against you.
And we don't have to think the same all the time. Hell, four of us maybe disagree all the time. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're against one another. We just have different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Right.
So
Ruthie against me though.
Oh man. But it's just like I think this was just his way of, being a
Ruthia, what did you learn from your most recent relationship, your most recent breakup? Like, what did you learn from that relationship? Did it teach you something? Did it give you a new perspective on something?
I learned to control my triggers because I knew there were so many different levels to the relationship and why it was triggers. I learned that I can't stop living life because of the triggers. So, and I had to learn to be nice and try new things because this was a Southern gentleman type of thing, like opening up the doors. Like, I wasn't used to that. And I had to allow him to be that man because that's just who he is. It wasn't like he was trying to impress me. It was just who he was.
Same. Yep. I understand that.
Y'all not used to men being a gentleman?
No, actually,
no.
Like a lot of us are not, because it's not really a thing like that. Like
chivalry
chivalry is not a commonality, unfortunately.
Listen, I like my man antisocial in the house and mean as fuck.
Really? You don't want to hold your door, open the door to the car?
No, he's fuck to the world, but a gentleman to her.
Mm-hmm. But I also need him to check me respectfully because that shit is sexy as fuck.
Absolutely. It is. Absolutely.
It definitely is.
The
look,
clenched
girl,
teeth, stop fucking playing with me.
You doing way too much.
No, it's don't get fucked up.
That's who.
Yes.
I'll be like, boy, do it.
Right, I dare you.
What I gotta do to get fucked up? Oh,
right.
Talk dirty to me.
I'm just saying that's the reality. So I have a question. Are y'all taking the time to heal after every relationship, situationship, talking phase, whatever, any person that you connect with, are you taking the time to heal, or are you just jumping back out there?
See,
I feel
I
like my
don't.
last situationship, I probably I don't I think I did a little bit of both. I kind of jumped right back out there, but then I also kind of pulled back too, like, oh, wait a minute. Let me chill out. Let me just learn how to be alone by myself, not talking to anybody, not in any other situationships, not looking for anybody, looking for me, just focusing on me. So initially I did jump back out there, but then I pulled back.
Mm-hmm. I don't honestly. Between every relationship I had, I take a break. And it's usually my break is usually like 8 months to a year. I'll take that time to kind of regroup and then try to like learn. Because the relationship I was in prior to him, like I had some serious learning lessons. Like that's when I realized, like, even though me and my dad are cool, like we don't have, like, our beef is gone, but I still had that residual left over. You know what I mean? That I still need to work through. And so I'm like, okay, you got some stuff you still need to work on. So I'll take the time to do the work on me, because obviously I want the best of them, but so I need to be able to give you the best of me as well, and not bring all of those bags and all of that baggage into it with me. So I generally try to take a break. Like now I know from this situation, like it'll be some time, because what I felt for him was real and genuine. Like, did I love him? Absolutely, I did. However, I'm not gonna let it just. I'm one of those people, like, I'd rather love than to not love. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that's
I would
just
rather love and be in it than to wonder, well, what if?
Right.
Well, we could have been if.
And I'm not gonna let somebody foolishness or somebody whatever issues they have, I'm not gonna let them stop me from continuing to desire to have love. I'm just you don't get that. You don't get that that power over me. So that's just where I'm at.
I think my situations depend on how long I was with the person, if I actually liked them, and if somebody already was trying to pursue me. Like if somebody's trying to pursue me and they ugly and they look like a little burnt roach, no, I need to heal.
Burnt roach.
Oh man.
But if it's somebody that I'm like, I might want to see what this is, I'm going to go ahead and realize that, yes, bitch, you're single. You can't have friends. So I will go on some dates and talk to people, but I'm not jumping back into a relationship right away. Also, if it's my favorite ex, whew, yes, it is. Yep, leave the door locked. Because what? It's always gonna be him.
Tommy, what are you going to do going forward? What are you going to do differently going forward in your next relationship or relationship to be?
I pay a lot of attention to what I don't like and not what I want. So I think I don't know if I said that here or not, but I pay way more attention to what I don't like, and I need to actually turn that off, because I might be letting something good go because I'm looking for all the wrong things. Yeah, I'm looking for all the wrong things, and not that I'm looking for it. I'm like, somebody asked me what do I want. I was like, I don't know what I want. All I know is what I don't want, and I haven't actually compiled enough characteristics.
I feel like a lot of us think like that. Well, I do. I can't speak for anybody else, but I find myself thinking like that too. Like, well, what do you want? That's a good question. I know what I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. I can give you 5, 6, 4. Like, I can give you plenty of reasons of why I don't want, but what I actually do want.
I don't want to be punched in the face.
Seriously.
Well, the way you talk.
I'm actually a really good girlfriend. Like, I'm a sweetheart.
I think that the fear that I have is that because I have looked for what I don't want, I see what I like. Like if I see somebody and I'm with somebody and they give me what I don't, they give me how am I trying to say this? They give me the things that I am not looking for. So I'm not looking for all the bad shit. I'm looking for all the bad shit, and they give me everything opposite, right? Then I feel like, am I happy because they're not giving me all the bad shit, and I'm settling.
Mm-hmm.
I might just be settling because they're giving me everything that's not what I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm sounding correct in
That
that.
makes sense.
I'm the fear of settling scares me because then I'll be in a situation and I'm like,
Yep.
I don't want to be in a situation where they like me more than I like them, kind of thing. And it's not like I don't like them. It's like they are head over heels for me, and I'm like just there. I don't want to be that person.
I like a little stalker every once in a while.
No, thank
You ain't
you.
gonna get it from me.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
If I'm outside with some Campbell's soup, you know what's on.
Man, listen, with this granny nightgown I got on.
Hey, it's a lot of families that started with the granny nightgown. Granny nightgown has started many lineages.
It has. I know my granny was throwing it bike.
Uh-uh.
Not bike. Not Granny throwing me bike.
And she got 10 kids. Okay.
Oh, she was just throwing it
she
bike.
You throw it up, back,
Throwing that thing bike.
Man,
She knew what she was doing. Oh.
isn't it?
Oh.
But I don't know. So I'm glad of where I'm at though. I feel all right.
That's good.
So we had 2 comments and Tommy didn't even put them on the screen. Ain't that some
Oh
shit?
man,
I don't see no comments.
Don't see no comments.
Page.
what did they say?
It was Crystal saying hi and also Ashley Danielle saying hi. Hey y'all, if y'all still watching.
You see ain't no comments over here.
Yeah,
They commented on Song Page. So I don't
I
know.
don't know what's going on with Tone Page.
Oh, here goes Sarita.
Sarita.
Oh, right here we
Hey
go.
Sarita.
I can't read that. Okay.
It says blessings, y'all. It's because we're conditioned to look at the negative. Have to unlearn that and use it for notes. Start looking for what you do want.
Oh, I think that could be some homework for us.
Easier said than done, Miss Sarita.
What do you make a list of what you do want? And especially because this is a 3-part series, so
my list is gonna be one person name. That's what I want.
One person name.
Mm-hmm.
You start with a T.
Oh,
Yeah. His first and last name starts with a C.
so
Can beats.
His birthday is October 18th.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
that all sound. He said, "Oh." But I feel like our question is just for each part. So this is life after a breakup, romantic relationships. So what do you want in a romantic relationship? Then the next one is what friendship. So what?
Well, let me see if I can get Z on for that because I think it will be important for us to tell our story.
Okay.
But let me see if I can get Z on for that.
For friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I still think we should that should be our intro not next week, but 2 weeks from now. What do you want in a friendship? And then the familial breakups is the third in the series. So what do you want from your
serious story to tell?
What do you want from your what does your family relationships look like? What do you want from your family? Because again, we can always say, I don't want this, I don't want nobody lying on my name. I don't want nobody doing this. I don't want nobody doing that. Okay, so what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Not to be molested.
Yeah.
Are you listening? You got homework.
I said before the show started, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have.
It doesn't matter if you got one friend or if you got 10 friends. What do you want in your friendship relationships? Don't tell us on air. There's something for you to think about.
Text it to him because he's slow.
I'll put it in the DNRT group chat.
Bye, Ruthia.
Not you just took her off. You so petty.
He took Ruthia
off. Yeah, that's all of our homework, and so we'll come back next week with today's topic for homework, romantic relationships, and then next week's topic for homework, friendships. So you got at least one good friend.
I got good friends.
Okay.
I'm not looking like for no new ones. Like
but you know what you want, what your expectations
Right.
are from those friends that you already had.
So yeah, basically, why are we still friends?
Correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm
Duh.
with that.
We be humping on the side.
Oh, man.
We know you and Z be humping a little bit.
That's what friends like you do. That's what
Thea and Z do. I can't speak for nobody else.
That's what a friendship with Ruthie would be. So I can change my whole.
No, just with Z.
What our relationship would be like.
I'm sick of y'all.
So I'm not your friend. Can beats.
Oh, Sarita, I'm not your friend.
You absolutely are my friend, Sarita. You absolutely
Get
are.
them together, Sarita.
Oh, yep.
I have friends. What I said was I have friends that I have.
No, what he said was, I told y'all before the show, I don't have a lot of friends.
I don't have a lot of friends. I don't.
But we weren't talking about how many friends that you have.
Sarita gets me though. She understands.
All
me,
right.
though.
I guess we don't get Tommy. So I
I'm
guess we're back to DNR.
I'm a complex nigga.
We're back to DNR. Does he have been kicked off of DNRT?
I'm a complex motherfucker. You know.
And you want to allow nobody to get, so you want to allow us to get to know you. All right, you don't want us to know you.
Y'all show and Sarita show is the show that gets me. I'll be in here talking and damn near in tears, like, and then. So fuck y'all.
Oh,
shout out to Spiritual Alchemist Podcast.
Yeah, this for Spiritual Alchemist and DNR. Fuck dude.
Hashtag fuck dude.
Oh man.
So what is our moral of the story today?
Fuck dude.
Well, I mean, all right, yeah, that's the moral of the story.
I do be choosy.
So,
fuck dude.
I mean, we can go straight into what we pulling the plug on. I pull the plug on fuck dude, fuck niggas, period.
Yeah, period. Okay.
Nobody got time. I just don't have time. I don't have patience for it.
We're pulling the plug on emotional immaturity.
Facts.
And that comes from all sides. Okay. I could be emotionally immature to somebody. So I'm not just pulling a plug on somebody else.
I'm immature as fuck. You know I'm silly.
Right. I'm like, yeah, we all got our moments,
y'all know
but
I'm silly.
Just in general, as a whole, you know how to control your emotions and express your emotions in a way that's not toxic, in a way that is understanding and level-headed.
Right. Absolutely.
So that emotional immaturity is someone expressing their emotion.
Let's talk about it. I'm like, let's talk about it. Like, this is how this made me feel. How did it make you feel?
Is there emotional damage on there?
Huh?
Is there emotional button on there? Oh. Emotional damage.
Let me see.
We don't be having all our buttons, Sarita.
I don't know, but this is what I am gonna say to him.
Shut your bitch ass. Emotional damage.
There it is.
Or even this one.
This bitch.
Man.
That's what it was supposed to say. Our producer kind of raggedy. He don't be putting all our buttons on there.
Hey, y'all have your own personal one, so it takes off the other ones that Yeah, I got y'all a little
yeah, we do. We are pulling the plug on emotional immaturity. Ruthia, what you pulling the plug on?
I am.
Is she alive?
Man, hawking up along.
Okay.
I guess I will be not necessarily pulling the plug, but what's the reverse? Plugging up.
Plugging in.
And setting boundaries.
Okay.
I've been letting motherfuckers slide.
You let them up. You must let them slide once. They're gonna keep on motherfucking sliding, okay?
Listen. So yeah, that's it.
So I said that I'm gonna stop looking for negative stuff, but I'm gonna say this because this is one of the things I don't like. I do not like being spoken to crazy. I just don't like being spoke to crazy. Just any kind of way, tone or just like smart ass remarks here and there, and expecting it to be gravy. Like I said, Ruthia. So
if they shenan once, they will shenan again. Thank you, Sarita. That's what I was looking for. I just couldn't figure out how the fuck to say it. Thank you.
But two things: pulling the plug on actually making y'all episode before y'all air and scheduling, because you can't go and change the title once you do that. It's stuck as whatever. So I have to wait till y'all show up to actually make the episode.
Okay.
But two, pulling the plug on allowing people to just say slick shit and not say shit back.
Yeah,
Why
talk
do
your
people
shit,
do
Tommy.
that? Why do people think that that's okay?
Right, because if you say something to me and I reply, and my reply hit harder than your initial statement, now you salty.
You mad, you salty.
Well,
But you shouldn't have said the shit.
My anger is that whole reciprocating the male anger is that you did say something slick and I respond to it and you act like I didn't say that. I didn't say it like that. Oh, you absolutely said that shit like that.
Absolutely
I heard it and I felt it. That's why I'm mad.
Nigga,
So then
a Buick can fit in there. Hell yeah.
That kind of shit. That kind of shit.
Have that ass over there and park this
That kind of shit. Then you bring it back up to him like I just said a Buick could fit there. Nah,
don't talk about the half dead.
Huh?
Don't talk about the half dead.
Oh, girl, you fine.
Until you do right by me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tommy. Like, I think I probably was salty low key. Because y'all know I'm really not that sweet. And I was very sweet to him. Like, I was very sweet. I was very calm. I didn't bring no drama. I was just always just I'm gonna laugh all the time.
Yeah.
Because he would be like, all you do is laugh. I'm like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to argue. I've been through all of that. Like, I'm really trying to live my best life. I'm trying to do things that bring me joy. I want to do all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he really got like the good Nicole. He didn't get Nikki. He didn't get her crazy. Like, I think I was low key salty. Like, dude,
I gave you the best part of me. And this what the fuck you do?
Best part of me. Like, I was chilling the whole way through, not nothing.
What was I listening to when I came in?
Huh?
You're the biggest part of me.
All right, we have come to the end of our show today. We thank y'all for listening. We hope you come back and chat with us again. Until next time.
Yikes. 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 Yikes.
I love is when women decide that something is no longer serving them and they get the fuck up out of it. Like, this is no longer meant for me. Got a blast. I love that. Like, I love when women choose themselves, put themselves first. Like, I love that. Girl, look at you. Realizing who the fuck you are and realizing, I'm not going to deal with this any longer. I need to get up out of this. I need to do what's best for me. And you did that shit. And that's why you a boss ass bitch, because you did that shit. You did that shit. Never forget that you did that shit.